Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Peak Signing Agents podcast with me, your host, DVO Derek Van Alten. And again, I thank you for tuning in to another episode. All right, so let's get into it. I want to share a great tip with you guys, one that I have found very beneficial for signing agents, and it's this little step right here: signing up with signing services. Go directly to them, so you can get on the platforms that the signing services use, but you can make connections with the signing services beforehand. I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you a place, because I don't know if you guys know about this, but there is a list of over 300 signing services that you can sign up with, that you can directly contact. Get in touch with them, let them know who you are, where area you cover, and that you're available for business. There is a list of 300. I'll get to that at the end. But in the meantime, I'll kind of give you guys some great tips and information to help you get to that point. So, why am I giving you this great tip? Because I believe my signing service is on this list of 300 signing services. That's why I know about it. But I get contacted all the time from signing agents all over the country, letting me know where they're from, what they do, and so forth. So, let me give you the process. A notary will go to my website. I believe that's where they look me up. They go to my website, and on my website, there's a link for notaries to sign up with. And they'll click on that, and there is a form that they'll download. So, in this episode, I'm giving tips to signing agents and signing service owners. I have a list, or I have a sheet, I should say. It's a PDF. It's 4 pages. It's 1 page is the W-9, which they already have. The reason why I do that is because a lot of signing agents do not update their W-9s. They move, so they have a different address. So why do signing service owners need W-9s? Well, if we have paid you $600 or more in a year, we have to send you a 1099 as an independent contractor. So we need the information from that W-9. Also, if we mail checks, we need your address off that W-9 most likely. So that's why we need an updated W-9 all the time. That's why it's important as signing agents to keep your W-9 updated. And then I have a contract. And basically my contract, it basically says just code of conduct that I expect from the signing agents that I hire. So it's a code of conduct. It's also like a non-compete, non-poaching, trying to reach out to my clients to try to, take them away from me. So there's just a couple things in there. So I have that. So just tips for signing service owners. And I have an ACH form. I try to pay by ACH. So for everyone, just so you know, if a signing service issues you a check that's put into their bookkeeping records, and if you don't cash it for a while, it throws it off. I just had this happen to me. In the month of April, I had a signing agent cash a check that I wrote in December. So it's been 4 months, right? It throws things off. So when you get checks, try to cash them early. If you do that. Another reason why signing service owners, a lot of people have issues with the paper checks. So we can do the e-checks, but some people have an issue with printing that. Again, they don't get to it right away. It just throws off our bookkeeping. So I require signing agents that I hire to fill out an ACH form. That way I just wire them. I know they got the money. They have to put in their bank information, but I know I let them know, hey, I just wired your money. You should have it in the next couple business days. And it goes there. So anyway, there's a form that I have signing agents fill out. So on my website, that form is there. It has the email where they send it to, and the notary, the signing agent, will email me that form. And they usually do it introductory, and I do recommend you do that. So when you do an introduction letter, or an email, I should say, and say, hi, here's my name, something simple, just a couple things. I know we've talked about this in other episodes, but just a couple things about you, what areas you cover, your schedule, anything that will help you stand out. Are you bilingual? Do you have a mobile office, mobile scanner, mobile printer? Are you full-time, part-time? Just a couple key things that will make you stand out. All right, so I get an email from a signing agent. It says, here's the attached form you requested. here's my name, here's the location I'm in. So I get that form, I actually save that form, and then I look them up in the platform that I use. At the time of this recording, I use Signing Order. And I say at the time of this recording because you never know. I might change it in the future. As of now, I'm using Signing Order. I then can look up that notary. I can look up that signing agent. I can pull them up, and I can see everything about them. I can see their bio, their profile, how many signings they've completed, the last time they got their background check done, how long they've been a notary, and the last 12 months, how many signings have they done, in the last 3 months, the last 6 months. I can see all this information. I can see if anyone's blacklisted them. I can see if any other signing services have left reviews, positive or negative. I can see all these things. And I can look at that. And then I can mark them preferred. I can mark them in my system. So now, if a signing happens in that area, I'll give you guys the steps once again here. One of my clients says, hey, we need a signing happening in this city, this state. At this address. I put in the address. What my platform and what all platforms that I know of, this is what they do. They search a radius. I have mine programmed to look at around a 20 to 25 mile radius of the signing location. So wherever the signing location is at, it will search 20 to 25 miles of that area. And that circumference is as the crow flies. So basically, it's a straight line from A to B, which we know that's very rare that you're going to drive to a signing in a straight line A to B. So it formats it, it sorts it lowest to farthest. So if you're 2 miles away, you're going to show up first versus someone that's 10 miles away, right? Because you're closer in as the crow flies in the straight line A to B. So I know where I live personally in the Salt Lake Valley area. I live on the west end. It's against a mountain range, and there's another county on the other side of the mountain. Well, as the crow flies, it looks like I'm maybe 6 miles away. But really, I have to drive around the mountain. So really, my path to get to the signing is more like 35 miles. All right? So in a straight line A to B, I'm 5-10 miles away. But to the path to get there is like 35 miles. So I see a lot of people complain on Facebook groups or different things like that. And they say, why am I getting a signing? How dare the audacity of this signing service to offer me $90 with scans, and it's like an hour drive. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the path, but that's not what we see, right? We're not getting the directions of every notary to get to the signing location. I'm just getting an approximation of the distance. So if you say you're willing to travel this distance, then you're coming up into the system. So that's just kind of how it works, just so you guys kind of understand how it works. And me as a signing service owner, and I hope other signing service owners understand this, that we might see someone that says, oh, you're only 10 miles away. Why are you charging me more? Well, it's really, that's not the path they have to get there, right? The path they have to get there is maybe triple or quadruple that 10 miles. So we have to kind of keep that in mind for everyone. But anyway, when I search a radius, this is what pulls up. So it sorts it from closest to furthest. It also sorts it by who I've marked preferred, and then it's who is paid for a premier. And you pay. I don't know the fee for that. You have to look into it. But there's a fee to pay premier. That means you come up above the rest of everyone else, and then it's everyone else below that. So really, when I'm putting in an address for a signing, I just kind of want to help you guys understand how this works. Okay, the inside scoop of it all. When I put in the signing location, it's going to sort out the notaries in 3 tiers. The top tier is who I've marked preferred, closest to furthest. The second tier are those who paid for premier to be in the top of the search from closest to furthest. And then the bottom, the third tier, is everyone else within that radius from closest to farthest. That is how it works. So when a signing agent emails me my packet and says, "Hey, I want to be marked in your system," and I look at their profile and I like their profile, I'm happy, I'm content with how it looks. And sometimes I'm in these Facebook groups, I see some of these people, and I recognize some of them. Like, oh, I recognize you, and I can see things like, have they taken any courses? Have they taken the NNA course, the loan signing system course, Notary to Pro? Those are just some of the examples. Have they completed signings in the last 6 months, 12 months? Do they have a good rating? Are they being marked, are they being blacklisted by other companies? So these are just some examples of what I'm looking for. Look at their profile. Is there anything that stands out that I want to mark them preferred? So you want to just a quick introduction. So I get that email from the signing agent. I get their, what I call it a notary package that I make them fill out. I look them up on the profile and I mark them preferred. So now, when I am searching for a signing agent in an area, the top ones that show up are the ones that have introduced themselves to me. That is why I'm telling you it's important to introduce yourselves and mark yourself, introduce yourself and mark yourself as available in the area. Because someone like me, a signing service owner, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, oh yeah, oh, I remember this person. Or, hey, I marked this person. It's probably because they introduced themselves to me, and I'm going to send them a request. So a couple things I can do. I can either call them directly, I can send an email, or I can send a text through the platform I use. Whatever I feel like doing. A lot of times I just send the text through it. So here's the thing for me. I'm going to give you my perception as a signing service owner. I hope other signing service owners listening take the same perspective as I do. If I see a signing agent is taking the time to go through this list of 300 signing services, they're going through this list and they're introducing themselves to each one, that tells me a couple things about this signing agent. That they're trying to be a peak signing agent. That they are going above and beyond. That they take this serious. They're taking some initiative. They're not just, I'm going to sign up and just sit back and relax. They're taking some initiative. They're introducing themselves. They're sending me my package. They just, like I said, they have a nice introductory welcome email. So I think about this. And this is my perception of the signing agent, that they might be a little above and beyond. So I'm appreciative of that. I like that. I like that type of hustle. So now, here's the thing for signing agents. If I'm going to send you now that request, you need to respond. So I'll send it because let's just say there's an area and maybe 3 signing agents, either I've worked with in the past or they've introduced themselves to me. I'm going to only send it to those. I could do an email or a text blast. I don't do that myself. I like to kind of pre-vet it. Again, a tip for signing service owners: try to be proactive, not reactive. I want to try to find good signing agents first, not just, okay, I've one signing agent responded and now I'm kind of regret using them. I like to make sure that the signing agents that I've sent it to, at least I'm going to be, somewhat have an approval of them. Anyway, I'll send this out. I'll only send this out to a few people at first and see if anyone responds. And I'm shocked at how many signing agents don't respond, because this is what I see. If you say yes, it shows a green indicator to me, and it also triggers an email to me. If you say no, it turns red. It just told me you're not available, and that's fine, because maybe you're busy at that time. Maybe it's an area that you don't go to, and maybe it was a little further out. Maybe you're out of town. Right? So if someone declines it, I don't take offense to that. It's not like I'm saying, oh, how dare they not accept my signing. Hey, things happen. People are busy. I get it. So I can see if you respond, you're yes or no available. Or if you counter, it will turn yellow or orange, and it'll trigger an email to me. Oh, they're countering. Instead of 3 p.m., they're available at 4 p.m. Instead of $90, they'll do it for $100. Whatever. It'll trigger to me whatever response that signing agent puts in. But at least I see a response. I am blown away at how many signing agents do not even respond to the text. I'm literally blown away. It might be an area that I'm not familiar with, and I'll see 50 signing agents in the area. And I kind of look at their profiles a little bit, and I try to pick the best ones, and I'll send them text. And I'm so surprised how many people do not even respond. They don't even respond. It blows my mind. If you're going to take the initiative, this is my opinion, if you're going to take the initiative to be self-improving, like listening to this podcast or other podcasts, to be in training courses and you're taking training courses, you're introducing yourself to signing service owners. So you've taken these extra steps, this initiative, and then you don't even respond. I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked, because I'll have someone that'll send me a couple emails. to introduce themselves. And then when I finally send them an offer, they don't even reply to the text. Now, I get it. Maybe you're in a signing, so I get it. But sometimes I kind of just let it sit there for a while, and no one responds, or very few people respond. It's really shocking to me. So now, let's just say you responded, and I gave you the job. In fact, I had someone call me and they said, "Hey, Derek, is that still available? I just want to know." And I'm like, "Yeah, I already gave it to you. You were actually the only person I sent it to. I just was waiting for your response, and you responded, and I gave it to you." But they were also calling me to say, "Hey, is it still available?" So they're taking initiative. I look at that, I see that, I admire that, I like that. So now, let's just say you introduce yourself to a signing service. You got the job. Now it is your time to shine. Now is a time to really showcase what you can do. How can you do that? Again, I'll get emails from a signing agent. They're taking the initiative. I give them the job, and then they don't. I can see when the signing agent has even looked at the profile. Because they get the email triggered to them like, "Hey, you've been assigned here," and they get a text. They get a text and an email letting them know they've been assigned to the order. And I'm just shocked at how long it takes for someone to actually go into the order and to make the phone call. Because eventually, at some point, I will even trigger. So I have it set up. I can set up automated things to happen. I can set up automated things to email to the notary. "Hey, have you confirmed this? And hey, have you completed this? It's been a while." So I have it set for after an hour. After an hour, if I don't get a confirmation email, it triggers an email to the notary. "Hey, have you confirmed?" If the signing has been, if the signing was at, let's just say, noon, in 1 hour by 1 p.m., it triggers another email, say, "Hey, has it completed?" So I can see, that means if I can see, other signing service owners and signing service people can see if you've even looked at the order. I can see if you looked at the order. I can see if you've downloaded the documents. I can see any notes you put in. I can see everything. So, my email triggers after an hour to say, "Hey, have you confirmed the order yet?" And I'll be surprised when somebody messages me back and says, "Oh yeah, they haven't. I'm waiting for them to call me back." It's like, you liar! You haven't even looked at it. I can see, right? You probably forgot. I understand. Again, I understand. You're probably in a signing, so you can't make a phone call to confirm it. I get that. I totally get that. But at some point, I expect you to look at the order and make an attempt to contact the signers. So again, what I'm saying is, if you get that signing, it's your time to shine now. So call and confirm within 30 minutes is my recommendation to you. When you're finished signing, and I should say this, and then communicate along the way. If the signer calls you back and says, "Hey, can we reschedule this? I know we said 10 o'clock. Something kind of came up. I might need 11 o'clock." If a signer contacts you as a signing agent and you're okay with that, you're like, "Yeah, I can move it back 1 hour." Again, communicate with the signing service. Let them know what's going on. Communicate. If the location changes, communicate. If there's an issue during the signing, communicate. Let everyone know. Again, I've talked about this before. You cannot over-communicate. Communicate is key. When you're done, as soon as you're done, let the signing service know. Don't wait till you drive home and start scanning. Or then you go to another signing. Now you're going home. Because again, I have it set for automatically an email gets triggered after an hour. So I want to share with you guys what I did as a signing agent. I mean, sure, yeah, I'm actually still a signing agent. I don't do a lot with signing services. I mostly work with just my direct clients. But, occasionally I'll get a signing here and there that is going to pay me really well. So I'll do it. But I'm going to tell you what I did. This is exactly what I did when I was a signing agent. This is what I recommend you do as a signing agent today. And as a signing service owner today, my perception has not changed. This is why. I'll tell you why. I believe that my success, I don't put in quotes success. Some might think I'm successful, some might think I'm not. And that's fine. I never looked at this from my eyes, the signing agent. It was never all about me. I took this business serious. I took my business serious as a signing agent. I took it serious. I never looked at it as just what's the benefit for me? What's in it for me? How are you guys making it more convenient for me? It was never about that. That's never how I looked at this business. I looked at my business as I was in service industry. I'm to provide service. How can I provide better service to you? How can I better serve you? I always took my role and I looked at it from the perception of, what if I was a signing service owner? What if I was the title company? What if I was the lender? What if I was the real estate agent? What would I want from my notary? If we're going to pay a notary to go do this job for us, what do I expect? That is how I always looked at my role. That is how I always looked at it. I never was looking at it internally, like, what is it for me? How can you guys be more convenient for me? It wasn't about that. I'm in the service industry. How can I serve you? How can I provide better service to you and your clients? As it is always how I looked at this. I'll tell you my process when I was a signing agent for signing services. I would get the email request. Are you available? If I was in a signing and I got an email or a text, I'm responding. I don't know why. I never had an issue with that. I never thought it was too difficult to explain. Like, if I was in a signing, I didn't find it difficult to explain what document they're signing, or maybe I shouldn't say explain, but giving them a quick explanation of what they're signing. And as they sign, I can just look at it and say yes or no, I'm available. I just never had an issue doing that. And if I got a signing, if I got it right away, I was calling them to confirm it. If I was in a signing, I waited till I was done and then I called them right away. I'll give you another story. When I first started off, I wasn't super busy. I was doing maybe 2 signings a day when I first started. I might do a signing like at 8 or 10 in the morning. And then at noon, like on a Wednesday, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to go to a movie. Going to the movies is fun in the middle of the day. You know how many people are there? Like, me and 3 other dudes are in the theater. And we're all spread out. And I go get lunch and treats, and I sit there and watch a movie. And if I got a signing request during the movie, again, I'm by myself. I would look at it. I would just respond yes or no. And if I got that job, if I got that signing, I would actually get out of my seat, walk to the off ramp, like to the side where no one can see me, so I can pull out my phone. I can still kind of watch the movie a little bit. I could copy the email or the text information, paste it in my calendar, walk outside, make a quick phone call. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Signer. My name is Derek. I'm the notary. Just want to confirm details. This date, this time. Is that correct? Great. I'll see you then. Have your IDs ready. Hang up, walk into the theater, go sit down, and watch the rest of my movie. I was outside 1-2 minutes max. If they didn't answer, I left them a voicemail, and I probably didn't answer again during the movie. I'll just call them later. Because if they call me back during the movie, I'll be like, okay, I'll just call them after the movie. But then I would hang up, walk back in the theater. Again, I'm on the off ramp, so I can still watch the movie. I'd log into the platform and say, yes, I confirmed, or no, I didn't confirm. So they knew that I have at least made an attempt to confirm the appointment. Then I walk back to my seat and watch the movie. That is a real life example that happened more than once. All right, but I took it serious. When they asked me, are you available for the signing? I said yes. That is my duty to reach out to the signers and confirm. That's what I did. If I got a signing, I confirmed within 30 minutes. If I got any communication from the signer, I always communicated with the signing service that hired me. Always. If they changed the time, changed the location, whatever. I updated everybody with what was going on. Then I would do the signing. As soon as I was done with the signing, and we're saying our farewell 3 or 4 times. Hey, if you don't say bye 3 or 4 different times, then it wasn't a good signing, right? I'm at the signing table. Hey, congratulations or good job. Hey, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day. We're walking out. All right, any fun plans for the rest of the day? Nope. Okay, well, have a great day. And then they open the door for me. All right, take care. Good seeing you again, right? If you don't say goodbye 3 or 4 times, then you didn't have a good signing, in my opinion. Anyway, as soon as we did our multiple farewells, and I'm walking to my vehicle, the moment they close the door, I pull out my phone. I'm logging into the platform. From the walk, from their door, the borrower's door, or wherever I'm at, from the door to my vehicle, I am entering the completion status. As soon as we're done, they don't have to worry. Okay, again, now, why did I do this? Because I always put myself in the position of the signing service. Are they waiting to know if we're done or not? I'm sure they're waiting. I'm sure if they're buying, the real estate agent, or they're buying or selling, the real estate agent is waiting. The lender is waiting. The title company is waiting. And they're all waiting on who? The signing service to give them an update. And who's representing the signing service? Me, the signing agent. I always knew that. So it baffles me that a signing agent is going to do a signing, finish it, drive all the way home, or go to another signing, then go home, and then do the completion, do the scans at the same time. Did you know that you can upload scans later? You can log back in and then do the updates or the scan backs later. Or they drive to FedEx and UPS before they do a completion. Do the completion update. They're waiting on you. We as signing agents, we're the front line. We're the ones in front of the borrowers, the signers. We are the front line. We're there to them. Everyone's waiting on us to give an update. Why are you taking forever to give an update? It's to be honest with you, everyone, it's one of my biggest pet peeves as a signing service owner, is signing agents not doing a completion update. I know how long it takes to do a signing. The title company, who are also notaries, know how long it takes to do a signing. We know how long it takes. So why does it take 2 hours before we get a completion update? Right? We're trying to update everyone. What if the real estate agent, they don't know, right? They're like, hey, what's going on? Did they sign? This was 2 hours ago. It was an hour ago. What's going on? They're waiting on us. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. And it's not because, I want to update my client with what's going on. I want to update them. But it just tells me like, oh, you were doing so well. You introduced yourself to me. You filled out my notary package. You said you're going to call them right away and confirm the appointment. And now it's time for the execution, and I'm waiting on you. Why would you want to cause friction? Don't do that. This is my tip to you. So that is what I did when I was a signing agent. When I got the signing within 30 minutes, I'm calling them. Any communication between me and the signers before the signing takes place, I let the signing service know. Any issues during the signing, I let them know. As soon as we're done, when I'm walking from their house to my car, to my vehicle, I'm updating them, letting them know I'm done. And in my update, in my completion report, I'm letting them know any details. Like, all right, they're going to wire their money today. They're going to wire their money tomorrow. They already wired their money. Oh, they forgot, they couldn't get the social security number or the EIN number for the trust. They're going to call the title back. Because if I sent scan backs, they're like, hey, you missed something. They knew, because I put in the completion report, hey, they didn't have the EIN number. They're going to get it and then call back. Or they couldn't find their account number. They do want their money wired. But, it's blank because they couldn't find their account number. They're going to call back to give the account number. So I always gave details of how the signing went. Hey, everything went well. I'm heading to UPS now. I'm heading to FedEx now. Or I'll have scan backs to you in like an hour. Hey, I'm heading back home. I'll have scan backs up ready for you in an hour. They always knew what was happening. There was never, signing services never had to reach out to me like, hey, what's going on? If a signing service has to reach out to you for an update, that's your fault. That's a problem you need to work on. And that's how I learned too. That's how I learned. Where I might got a reminder, hey, you forgot to do a completion on this. It's like, oh yeah, because during my signing, I got more signing requests that I accepted, and I have to call and confirm, and I was doing that, and I forgot to do the completion. Hey, things happen. But then I took that as a learning experience, say, oh yeah, they want a completion report right away. So that's what I did. And a peak signing agent, they go above and beyond. Like I have signing agents that will call me, hey, I just want you to know I just got here to the signing, and I'm about to go in. Hey, awesome. I didn't expect that, and I don't require that, but hey, thanks. You can't over communicate. Hey, I'm done. I'm heading, we're all done. Or, hey, I know we finished 2 hours ago, but I want you to know I dropped it off. Here's the receipt. Here's the FedEx UPS receipt. I didn't ask for that personally, but hey, thanks for sending it. That's my attitude about it. So I just want to share these tips with you guys on how it is important to introduce yourself to signing service owners. And then if you get that job, it's time to stand out. It's your time to shine when you finally get that job. Now, how do you get the list of those signing service owners? Well, one of our sponsors, the loan signing system. When you go through the course, there's a section of the course that will give you access to that list. And I mean, that alone I think is worth the course. If you can sign up with signing services and they hire you now because you've introduced yourself, you've reached out, that will easily pay for that course. So if you are planning about taking that course now, please use my affiliate link if you do so. A little kickback to your boy here, to the podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast, the best thing you can do is please share it with other signing agents or notaries out there, maybe entrepreneurs as well. Please share the podcast in Facebook groups, to your friends and your meetups, whatever it is. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, follow YouTube, Spotify. You can watch the podcast or you can listen on any other podcast platform, but please subscribe to those. Leave ratings. It puts me to the top. If anyone's looking, in their podcast, they'd search the word signing agent or notary. It'll bring this podcast to the top if you think it's worthy of that. I appreciate you guys listening to me, giving you tips, help you absorb that as signing service owners, as signing agents, to be the peak signing agents you are meant to be, because you are awesome. You deserve the best for you and your family. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye.